Hey y'all, I just finished watching Coach Carter, which is on Netflix right now. Um, yeah, it's a really good movie, and just wanted to give a little review of it, or some thoughts on it. I think it's like the sixth or seventh time I've seen Coach Carter, the movie, and it's a really good movie. It's really good. Yeah, I love Coach Carter. I love it so much. It's another classic Samuel L. Jackson movie. Basically every movie Samuel L. Jackson is in. He does an amazing performance. He always does an amazing job. Um, he's just such a talented actor, and his charisma is this movie. He's brimming with charisma as always in Coach Carter. Yeah, and just a movie about a coach who Coach Carter turns around. I mean, he took a losing basketball team turned into a winning basketball team. But the I mean they the team was always talented. I mean the team always had the talent to get there, but they just needed they just needed the right coach to lead them, the right adult uh, father figure, the right man to lead them to victory. He showed them how to exercise better. He showed them how to study harder. He showed them how to play basketball with more finesse, with more what do you call it? Play basketball with more coordination. The only basketball movie I can think of that's as good as Coach Carter. Well, I can think of two basketball movies as good as Coach Carter. First thing I think of is Hoosiers. Um, Hoosiers is very similar to Coach Carter, and the other one's Space Jam. But Space Jam's a little different. Space Jam's a little different, but Hoosiers is the other. I think of Hoosiers and Coach Carter as the same class of movie, whereas Hoosiers like the cast is like 100% white and takes place in Indiana in the 1950s, whereas Coach Carter there's mostly minorities, um, more diversity in Coach Carter, which is better. I'd rather see more diversity. So that was one of the only big problems with Hoosiers in 1989 was there wasn't any diversity, but I get it. It was took place in the 50s in some small town or whatever. I don't know. But it's good that they're making movies with more diversity now. I like that. But yeah, and I also think Samuel L. Jackson is better than Gene Hackman, but that's just my personal opinion. I know some people like Gene Hackman. Some people are really into I mean, I think Gene Hackman's good. I just think Samuel L. Jackson's a better coach. I think Samuel L. Jackson's a little better. I'd rather have Samuel L. Jackson as a coach than Gene Hackman, but that's just my opinion. But Gene Hackman did a pretty good job with Hoosiers. That was a good movie too. Um, so yeah, Hoosiers, that was a good movie, and Hoosiers and Coach Carter are very similar movies. The whole town is upset with the coach at first because it's like, oh my God, he's making them play a different way. Like in Hoosiers, they were making them play defense. Oh, we don't play defense in this town. We only play offense. Ooh, you know. And Coach Carter, he was making them. What was the first thing they were upset about? I, um, well, the first thing the students had to go to class, right? The first thing that the whole town was upset that the coach was making them go to class. So yeah, it's good to go to class. And in then the second thing he made them do was get a 2.3 GPA, which that's not that easy for some people because some people come from disadvantaged backgrounds, and uh, it's not school isn't easy for everyone. Some people think, oh, I got a 3.5 GPA. Life was easy. School was easy. Some people have never had a problem in their entire lives, and they're like, "Oh, school's easy. Writing papers are easy. Doing algebra and reading books and reading complex books are easy." A lot of people, everything in life comes easy, and then for a lot of people, some things are a little harder. It's a little harder to get good grades. It's a little harder to attend class because you have other stuff to do. You have other stuff going on. There was one kid in um, what's the name of the movie? I have a really bad memory. I'm sorry. Um, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit mentally retarded. Coach Carter. The movie is called Coach Carter. Um, uh, so there's one kid in the movie Coach Carter where he was actually dealing drugs, and he probably had the hardest time to escape that life, to escape that life of dealing drugs. He had the hardest time because he his cousin was did that professionally. And so he just thought, oh, I would do it professionally too because that's what my cousin does, and he viewed his cousin as a role model, I'm sure. And it was hard for him to get out of that life. And part of the movie is showing him moving away from. Well, his cousin was shot. Spoiler alert. Sorry, you probably should have seen Coach Carter at this point. At this point, the movie's like almost 15 years old. You probably should have seen Coach Carter at this point. But yeah, so spoiler alert, whatever. His cousin gets shot, and so all he has left is basketball at that point. He can't really deal drugs anymore because he was working with his cousin. And it's like, you know what? All he could turn to is basketball, and then he ended up getting I think he might have been one of the ones that got a scholarship to college at the end because he did such a good job playing basketball, and he did such a good job trying to escape that life and do something different with his life. And he was an important part of the team. He scored a lot of points in the final game. He did a really good job. And there was this other character who got this girl pregnant, got his girlfriend pregnant, and his girlfriend was Ashanti. She wasn't Ashanti in the movie, but the actress' name is Ashanti. She was a famous singer. I'm sure she still sings, but I know in the early 2000s she was really big. Ashanti was really big, and she acted in this movie, Coach Carter. So yeah, she did a really good job acting, and so yeah, she was dating this player on the team, and he got her pregnant, and they were trying to figure out the entire movie what were they going to do about that, because he didn't think he was ready to be a father, and he told her she should. He did. He said it without so many words. He said she should probably get an abortion, and then she did end up getting an abortion, but only after they broke up for a lot of the movie. They broke up, but she did end up getting the abortion, and they ended up together at the end of the movie, and I guess they went to college together at Sacramento State or Sacramento College, whatever that school in Sacramento is called, Sacramento University. So they ended up going to school together. They ended up going to school together. Yeah. Yeah. So they're they got their situation figured out, I guess. And yeah, so they kind of ended up happily ever after. Um, Coach Carter had a really tough task to get this team to work harder and play better. He did a lot of the movie is just like them doing drills and him learning, him showing them how to do plays and play different zone defense, man defense, how to have more endurance than the other team by running. What is that called? I never played basketball in high school. I only played basketball through the fourth grade. I think it was through the fourth grade. I played basketball on like a, one of those leagues. But I never had much endurance in basketball. I wasn't very athletic. I'm still not athletic, but I never had much endurance when I played basketball when I was in school. And honestly, they didn't even give me PE. They didn't give me PE from like any time from 5th grade to 8th grade. And by the time I got to high school, I was so out of shape that I couldn't do the team sports class because I was so out of shape I couldn't do. But I wouldn't want to do it anyways. I took electives like sociology and web design and business classes and all. I tried to take other types of electives other than team sports or whatever. Yeah, so he got their endurance really high by running. Well, what is that one drill they call? Suicide. Yeah, suicides. That's the drill they were running to get their endurance really high. That's what every high school team in the country does. Suicides to increase your endurance. Yeah, my friends used to tell me they used to do that in high school too. I knew a lot of people on my high school's team. Basketball team. So Coach Carter's a really good movie. You should definitely watch it if you've never seen it before. If you like basketball, or if you like Samuel L. Jackson, or you like good acting, you should definitely watch it. You probably should have. I'm assuming you've seen it already. I mean, I thought everyone's seen Coach Carter at this point. But I've seen it so many times, and every time I get more and more out of it because it's just such a great story. It's really a great story. I just wish I was good enough to be on the high school basketball team, but I was never athletic. But never athletic. But what are you gonna do? So what else about Coach Carter should I talk about? There was a party scene. They got in a hot tub with some girls. Yeah. Yeah. What else? Any other notes? Do I have any other notes for Coach Carter? This is gonna be the most boring vlogcast ever, but I'm a boring person. What can I say? Coach Carter. Yeah, sometimes you have to work really hard if you want to succeed at anything. So that's what I get from the movie is you have to work really hard to succeed at anything. No one's gonna hand you anything in life. You've got to keep pushing your body as hard as you can. It's almost like a Rocky movie, like a Rocky 4, Rocky 3. Almost like a Rocky movie, Rocky Balboa, where you have to push your body to the limit if you want to be the best of the best. You can't take it halfway. You've got to go all the way, and you got to keep working hard to achieve your dreams. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing in life is easy. Everything you have to. I know some people say, oh, some people, a lot of things are easy, and my life is pretty easy compared to people in third world countries, but, it's probably pretty average, but Coach Carter is a reminder that I need to work harder at my life. I need to work harder at my job. I need to work harder if I ever want to become anything special. Like all the characters in the movie became something special by the end of the movie. If they weren't something special at the beginning of the movie, they became something special by the end of the movie because they worked really hard. They worked really, really hard. So, uh, yeah, yeah. So you have to work really hard if you want to achieve really anything in life. You have to work really hard, and that's the key lesson, the key takeaway I get from Coach Carter is you have to work really hard if you want to achieve anything at all in life. You have to work really hard, and you've got to study hard, and you've got to exercise hard, and just learn as much as you can from role models, right? See, the people in Coach, the high school students in Coach Carter, they had a role model, right? Their role model was Coach Carter. Everyone needs a role model. Like, we all have role models, whether you want it or not. Everyone has a role model. Like, one of my dad is my role model. My mom is my role model. There's this guy, Gary V. I think Gary V is a role model check out Gary V's YouTube channel if you haven't already. He's a role model from a content creation viewpoint. I believe he teaches me how to create content. George Michael is a role model of mine. Peebo Bryson is a role model of mine. When I say role model, I mean someone that I want to emulate. We all have people that we want to emulate. Like, I want to emulate Peebo Bryson. I want to emulate George Michael. I want to emulate Richard Simmons. Is that his name, Richard Simmons? Yeah. He was a workout instructor. I'd like to be like him someday, Richard Simmons. There's a number of people on just chatting that I think of, and just chatting on Twitch that I think of as role models. I don't want to say their names on YouTube because I don't want them to think like I'm some sort of creeper because I think of them as a role model. Well, whatever. Just because I want my career to be as successful as their career. I don't want to say their names because I don't want them to think I'm a creeper or whatever. But, I think they're very impressive what they do for a living, and I would like to emulate them and be more like them. But, so yeah, it's important to have role models, and that's the key lesson for Coach Carter. Coach Carter is that whole team's role model, and you want to have the right role models in life. If you don't have the right role model, you're not going to get very far. Some people go to church to get role models. That's fine. If you want to go to church, you want to go to church to get a role model, that's great. There's great role models there. But be careful, because there's also a lot of pedophiles at church too who are really evil people, really evil priests who you don't want them as role models. So if you have a priest who's not a pedophile, then great. You have a good role model. If you have a priest who is a pedophile, bad. You have a bad role model. So if you can figure out if your priest is a pedophile or not, then that's great. I don't choose to go to church because I don't need to go to church to have a good role model. I can watch a YouTube video of Gary V. I can listen to George Michael, the song Faith, the song Father Figure. You want a father figure? Listen to the George Michael song Father Figure. Make George Michael your father figure and you'll live a better life, I guarantee you. Or the song Faith, because you got to have faith, the faith. You got to have faith. Make George Michael your role model. Make Gary V your role model. Make your father your role model. Make your mother your role model. You get to choose who your role models are in life, and you get to choose who you're going to become. So, you get to choose who your role models are, and that's the important thing to think about. So check out Gary Vee's YouTube channel if you're looking for a good role model. If you're looking to get into the content creation industry, which I'm looking to get into, I look up Gary Vee on YouTube because he's a good role model, and he's someone I think of when I think of Coach Carter. I also think of my dad and how good of father, how amazing of father my dad was, and how amazing of a mother my mom was. And my mother and my father will always be my ultimate role models because I think they lived they're living very successful lives, and they're always going to be my ultimate role models. I should probably let them know that more frequently because they like that, but I also think I don't want to let them know that too frequently because they think I'm being cheesy and they think I'm being lame. Yeah, my parents think I'm lame sometimes. They think I'm cornball. Anyways, we'll wrap this up. So that's the key thing about Coach Carter is have a good role model. You gotta pick and choose who your role model is. You can't just pick any Joe Schmo off the street. Oh, this Joe Schmo, he's gonna be my role model. You know, he could make a good role model, but do you really want that? Anyways, let's wrap this up. Thank you for watching and have a great day. And now a word from our sponsors. Are you looking for an easy way to make money online part-time, or are you looking for a long-term career in marketing? If you click the link in the description of this video and join ClickBank University, you'll be awarded with awesome opportunities to make cash now. They said it couldn't be done. Scientists have just found the formula for Organify. Join the green health movement that's changing the world. Click the link in the description of this video to discover the secret to losing weight. It's never been this easy to lose weight until now. I love video games just like a lot of people. What if I told you you could get paid to play video games? You can make $50,000 a year if you become a video game tester. Just click the link in the description of this video and you can start a lucrative career testing video games. I know what you're thinking. How are you supposed to be successful like me? Well, I've written a book and it's called From Zero to Hero, and you can purchase it in the link below this video. I started out just like you at one time, and now look at me. They put me on YouTube. Order it today. Change your life now. This channel is sponsored by viewers like you. I would be extremely thankful if you support me making content just like this video here. Click the link in the description below to support me on Patreon. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.